How's it going, everybody? I'm back with a bit of a discussion video today. So, most people have a 3x3 main, like one cube that they use in competitions and solving at home, etc., etc. But if you ask me what my 3x3 main is, I'll tell you I don't really have one. And in this video, I'm going to explain why I use a multitude of cubes instead of having just one 3x3 main. And this video is going to be voicing over a session where I did 4 averages of 5 on 4 different cubes, because continuity, bro. A quick disclaimer before we get into my reasoning. I just want to say I'm not an expert speed cuber or world-class cuber at all. I average around 9 to 10 seconds, and I'm really rusty, as I found out when recording the solves for this video. I'm mostly a casual cuber at this point, so don't take this to be an expert opinion that everybody should do. This is just my take, what I did back when I was actually speed cubing regularly, and it has worked out for me reasonably well, I would say. The way I see it, there are 2 main benefits to using a variety of 3x3s instead of one singular 3x3 main. The first is that you'll be able to optimize your practice more, and the second is that you'll be more prepared for unexpected things and be more well-rounded at competitions. I mean when I say that having a variety of cubes that you use can help you optimize your practice. Well, it allows you to use different cubes for different things. For example, I could have a warm-up cube to just get ready to do a session, and I could have a cube that I could do long sessions for, or a cube I could do slow solves on, or like a cube I could practice like PLL time attacks and turning exercises on. See, there are a variety of ways that you can use different types of cubes that have different feelings and different characteristics without one being the definitive main over the other. Let's take a more specific hypothetical example using the cubes that I used in this session. For example, you could probably use the Volk as a good warm-up cube because its rough and sort of harsh and slower feel could be good for warming yourself up and getting ready to solve for the day and getting like your fingers all warmed up and everything. The WRM could be good for doing some slower solves and more controllable sort of thing, you know, like controlling your turning style exercises, because it's kind of fast and a little uncontrollable, so learning to control it is kind of a good way to like learn to have a better turning style overall. And the Guhong B4 could be used for longer sessions because it is very, very light. And the RS3M 2020 I find is a very good cube for like spamming TPS on, so that could be good for like turning exercises and PLL time attacks and things like that. Another great benefit which goes along with this theme of practice optimization is getting used to a variety of cube feels, which can be beneficial because sometimes you aren't feeling a specific cube. Sometimes I just don't want to solve on a specific cube, like the feeling just feels off to me that day. It's sort of a day-to-day thing. I feel like I want to solve on a specific cube instead of another one. So having a variety of cubes that you're used to can definitely be helpful with that, because you know which one you want to use and you can actually use it. You have access to it and you're used to it. The second benefit that I already mentioned about using a variety of 3x3s instead of just one main is that it helps for competitions. And what exactly did I mean by that? Well, lots of unexpected things can happen at competitions. Of course your cube could like break, but a more common example besides your cube just like completely like exploding or something is that it might just feel a little weird. Maybe it's not, you're not used to the environment or something, and the specific cube might feel like very strange. Well, having a backup cube or multiple backup cubes could be very useful in that situation. Also, the same thing I mentioned earlier about, you know, maybe you're just not feeling a specific cube, it doesn't feel very good on that specific day, day-to-day things. That could also happen at a competition, and you could totally bomb if you don't have another one to use. So it just allows you to be a little more well-rounded and ready and prepared for the competition. Of course, competitions aren't really happening right now, but I digress. Now, what I'm not trying to say at all is that you should go out and buy a bajillion cubes because then you'll suddenly be magically faster because you have multiple instead of one. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that if you already have even just like 2 cubes, it might be a good idea to at least try out using both of them equally for different things and sort of optimizing your practice in that way instead of just focusing on one, unless the other like is complete garbage or something. But if you already have a few cubes, then you can sort of do this, and if you don't, then that's okay. I'm not saying that having one main is horrible and a terrible idea. I'm just saying it might help for some people because it helped for me. You may also be wondering why I didn't really bring up other events in this video. I only really talked about 3x3. Well, there's a couple reasons for that. 3x3 as an event or as terms of hardware is very much personal preference based, and because pretty much every single modern 3x3 is equal in terms of performance, so it's all about the feel. And of course, having multiple cubes may help you with getting used to a variety of different feels from the cubes, and then you'll be more well-rounded, blah 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 blah. But with other events, there's often a cut and dry cube or a couple best cubes that are like the best on the market. Nobody really argues about it. And so it's not really a good idea to buy a bajillion when there's really only one or two that are really, really, really good. You probably just want to have one main. Also, like I said earlier, I don't want people to take this the wrong way and say that you should buy a bajillion cubes. That's even a worse idea for other events, not even just 3x3, because it's just like there's no real point, especially when they're a lot more expensive and there's only going to be like one or two cut and dry best ones out there, so it's not really going to help at all. Well, that about wraps up our discussion for today about why I use a variety of 3x3s instead of just one for my main. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was definitely fun to make and interesting, even if it was a bit short and also a bit different than my other videos. Although, I feel like I'm saying that about every video. This is a different video today. You know, I feel like I'm just saying that all the time, but what can I say? I'm sort of in an experimental stage right now. I'm just experimenting with my formula, changing it up a little bit, and that's always exciting, so I'm really excited for the future. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you have a great day and all that stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'm cueing the outro music now.